It's Life and Time with Harry Slime, motherfucker.
Welcome back to Life and Time with Harry Slime. It's your boy, Harry Slime.
And it's your boy, Life and Time.
Yeah, that's the Life and Time. I'm Harry Slime. We're still trying to find a with.
I really fucking like that stupid fucking joke. It's the dumbest thing I ever said, and I'm so goddamn proud of myself. You can see me try and not smile in the fucking playback. Didn't work.
Brother, sometimes you just gotta bask in the glory of your gift.
Goddamn right.
What's your say?
Always thank veterans for their service.
That's really wholesome.
It is. To all the Marines out there, I appreciate your work at Spectrum.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Man, Jones Soda really does hit the spot.
It's really interesting stuff. I had that Zoom meeting with my therapist earlier, and I was having one of the blue ones, and she was like, "It's a weird soda," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's super duper odd." She was like, "That color of blue is like something I would be scared of in the wild."
Fair. Damn good though.
Goddamn right, just like the frogs.
Yeah, no, shout out Jones Soda. We would love we'd love a sponsorship. Even if it's not like a full-fledged like money sponsorship, if you just want to send us a case every month, that'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, that's asking a lot to ask for money, but if you just want to fucking send this and watch us drink it for an hour in complete silence.
Yeah. Well, and like my buddy got sent like a free case of like Bang energy drink because he was like,
He wanted his eyes to fall out from the vibrations.
I think so, honestly.
I had a friend introduce me to Bang energy drinks while we were talking, and this was right when like Delta 8 people discovered it was legal and it existed. So we talked for like 20 minutes about, he was like, "I know you don't like to get high that much, but there's this shit called Delta 8 and it's like a really chill high." And I was like, "Cool." And he was like, "Also, have you heard of Bang energy drinks? This shit's like all the vitamins you need in a day, and it like gets you hyped up." And I was like, "I feel like I'm being sold something. Do I get the golf clubs after this meeting?"
Well, you might do, because I think he's in trouble, actually, the guy who runs Bang Energy, which does not surprise. Have you ever seen pictures of him?
No.
Picture, like,
The owner of Bang energy drinks?
just the most ultimate Miami cokehead business guy, and that's the CEO of Bang Energy.
Goddamn, you can't be pulling that shit unless you're the WeWork dude and you're just charmingly foreign.
For real, dude. Yeah, no, I mean, he looks like an extra off of Jersey Shore. Look him up. CEO of Bang Energy. Like, the man's fucking insane. And speaking of how crazy that shit is, I'm not going to say who it is, but you definitely know this person.
Holy fuck, dude. What the hell? That's wild. I can't believe he looks like that.
Damn, dude, that's hot.
Yeah, man.
What a rack.
What a rack.
But I watch somebody, like, when I have a Bang energy drink, which is rare. If I go energy drink, I'll be honest, I go Monster. Okay, that's just what I choose.
They're the cheapest, man.
They are. And I like Red Bull, but it's economy.
Yeah, dude.
But I occasionally have had like a Bang energy drink, and I get like halfway through it, and I have to sip it in order to not have a heart attack.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it gives you, as someone who's completely replaced water and food with energy drinks at certain points in their life.
Yeah.
Even then, multiple bangs a day was too much.
Bro, I watched somebody right before we started podcasting just empty one. Like, chug it the way somebody does like a tall boy, and just was like, all right, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, what? Bro, that's the equivalent of you racking a fat rail and just being like, oh yeah, that was normal.
Yeah, if there's someone around here that does that, I probably know them.
You definitely know this person. You definitely do. Nice. But I was blown away because like I said, man, I sip it and I only get halfway through it, and by the halfway point, I'm like, like I feel like. Do you remember Super Troopers?
Yeah.
Remember the maple syrup chugging scene?
Yeah.
So I read in an interview that like that was real. They didn't like that wasn't there's no fake like stuff in there.
Oh, God.
And the guy directing the movie was like, I want to be a dick to the like white dude that does it with him. So I'm gonna make him do it 4.5 times.
Oh fuck.
And he was like, we didn't even eat lunch. We went into our trailer and shook for 30 minutes. He's like, we just sat there like we were sat on vibrate mode if we were a phone and just.
Oh, that's rough.
For real. He was like, it was the scariest thing I've ever had medically happen to me. It was fucking. He's like, I thought I was dead from maple syrup.
That seems like one of the. It's up there on the list of all time great. Movie chugs that were real, which extends over to eating things. You got Leo in The Revenant, which I thought was the only shaky part of the performance because I thought they CG'd it in, and I was like, dude, this guy's a fucking hardened wilderness hunter. Why is he having such a hard time holding on to the fish? And then I found out later it was just a real ass fish that Leonardo DiCaprio grabbed out of the stream and fucking ate.
He really wanted that Oscar.
He did. You hear stories from Adam Sandler adjacent people of, oh yeah, there's that scene where we're getting high in the movie, and I said, let's do real bong rips. I think it happens on every single movie to the same guys. You'd think they'd learn.
You'd hope.
And then, of course, the Belushi handle.
Yeah, no, that's hard ass.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to an insane man who, honestly, like, you can say what you want about his movies. My favorite thing that, also, I'm putting the glasses on.
Yeah.
Fucking light sucks.
He was like, he was really just him and Andy Kaufman were the same person, but one of them was linebacker in high school and got play, and the other read a book one time.
Literally. Well, and I want to go on record with this. I think the funniest thing that John Belushi ever did wasn't any of his actual comedy. It was somehow successfully booking Fear, the punk rock band, on Saturday Night Live, and just watch them go ape shit. Like, they're singing about fucking sluts and getting STDs, and like NBC's like, oh my god, like.
I saw a thing on YouTube that in my recommended that was like Rage Against the Machine, late 90s SNL set, before they got banned, and
just checking the time.
I was like, oh, cool. I wonder what funny thing happened. And I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying. I was like, I guess they said something provocative enough that they upset the fucking real life Dr. Evil.
Dude, Rage really knew how to market themselves in like the 90s and 2000s.
I believe it. All of the comments were, actually it might have been Twitter because they were so fucking toxic. All of them thought they were really clever. They're more like Rage with the Machine now. Fucking sellouts.
Yeah, no, they were like my favorite band in high school. I love the fuck out of them, and I still enjoy like Morello's like guitar work and stuff like that. But like they just to me they've always kind of like guys that hated the government but are doing it on like a corporate back dime, which is fine.
Yeah.
In some ways it's kind of impressive, but like I do think like
yeah, it's like a not an industry plant, but like a systemic psyop.
Yeah. Well, and like somebody made like a really great point where like it was basically like Rage Against the Machine likes to talk shit about every big business except for the record company that sells their shit.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
And it's fair because it's like,
have you seen? Sorry, keep going. This is a tangent.
You're good. Long story short, though, it's just like that's who they like. I get their perspective. I like their music really, but like, yeah, no, like. I remember like one year, like their big like protest is they went into Lollapalooza and they wanted to protest against like the PMRC, which was like some anti-rock rap kind of organization. Mm-hmm. And their protest wasn't like a long form speech or anything like that, but it was just for them to stand naked on stage while feedback like came from their guitars.
That's lazy art. That's man, it means something. We promise. No, you ran out of time.
Look, and not only that, I'll even go Joe Blow, average blue collar guy. If I'm a guy that's like not into that and I just want to rock out because I work like a 50-hour work week
and I paid for Lollapalooza tickets,
and they do that, I'm fucking pissed, dog. Like I'm not in a good mood. Like
yeah,
and kind of rightfully so.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I thought of two separate tangents while you were talking, which is why I wrote them on my hand.
Stuart Lee style.
Yeah, the first tangent. Have you seen? So we all know and love the fucking Ricky Gervais keeps getting pulled back to the Golden Globes so that he can sit there and go like, "You're all fucking pedophile, isn't it?" Yeah. And then everyone goes, "Ha ha ha ha," and he's like, "Don't uncomfortable laugh. It was you, not me. I wasn't fucking little boys."
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the very end of any of the Golden Globes that he hosts? At the very end, when he says goodnight to the audience, he says a long canned thank you, very genuinely, to the Academy and all of the big movie studios backing up the fucking award show, and it's just the most like, fuck.
Oh,
he didn't mean it. That sucks.
Fuck.
Yeah. Second tangent. The whole idea of like they'll shit on everyone but their record label feels very much like watching YouTube and like the ad segments where it's like I feel like I don't know if I've seen it anywhere in particular, but someone will get enough traction where they'll get like a HelloFresh sponsorship or something. But they're absolutely the type of person who would take an entire video to talk about, I fucking hate these fucking dudes. I fucking get your fucking meal prep. Get the fuck. I don't give a fuck. This is the stupidest piece of shit product. They would have a diatribe about it. And then, the money shows up and it's like, yeah, I respect it. Get that bag.
Capitalism.
And the final one is that the only successful artistic protest that's ever happened, hot take, I don't know that many. I know of two. The one that you just said and this one. Was when fucking Trey Parker and Matt Stone got invited to the Oscars. They thought the Oscars were gay, so they dropped acid and then cross-dressed and showed up. And not like drag cross-dressed, just unshaven men wearing sundresses. And showed up and never got invited back. That's like you hear about that shit where it's like they threw soup on the Mona Lisa and that's a protest. And I'm like, okay, I get what you're doing, but like fucking weird. If you have to declare after the fact your protest what it's about, it doesn't make sense. They never said a goddamn word against the Oscars, but they showed up like that.
And we all knew.
We all fucking knew.
Yeah, no, shout out to any celebrity that's like that. My personal favorite in that regard would be, okay, this is kind of dark, okay? I guess it's kind of related. But have you ever seen the James Brown interview where they like basically try to like corner him for allegations and he just does not like play that shit?
Yeah.
Like, bro, and him like, what about the allegations that you and your wife maybe have had some domestic violence issues? Hey, ain't no worrying about that, baby. You gonna come see James Brown tonight, all right? We gonna be in the show theater, like, bro. Oh, hardest working man in show business, right there.
I do like the attitude of that. How he is simultaneously the commentator and the accused. Yeah. Where he somehow puts himself on that pedestal of like, I'm the one guiding the discussion, and it sucks that there's no more we can talk about it. Anyways. Yeah. I wish Mr. Brown would open up, but Mr. Brown would like you to know that Mr. Brown will be performing tonight. Have you seen?
I have one more for
Please
this. Do. Speaking of artists using their platform to kind of shit on, you know, and kind of get a one up on somebody. Did you hear what happened to Afro Man?
Was he telling all his business?
Kinda, yeah. So apparently, the local sheriff's department in the county that he lives in just decided to raid his home under a false pretense. Mm-hmm. And so he has cameras all over his house. Uh-huh. And he took the footage of the sheriff's department wandering through his home trying to find drugs and guns and stuff. And basically made a song. That was the music video, and it was basically like, ha, you didn't find anything, and now I'm about to sue your ass. Like, it was awesome, dude.
Oh, that's fucking phenomenal.
An Afro Man of all people. Like,
that's crazy. You know, as I'm sure you know, I'm a huge Bon Jovi fan, and you know, back in the day, Bon Jovi was doing some crazy shit. You know, they were putting out these stupid lo-fi records, just doing heroin in France, and like they went to France because, you know, the UK where Bon Jovi is based out of was like, oh no, we're gonna arrest you, so Bon Jovi. Fucking Lenny Kravitz, the lead singer of Bon Jovi, takes them to France where they rent out this mansion.
Oh shit!
And the French police, and they like split in half. So Lenny Kravitz and Bono are doing shit at night, and while fucking Freddie Mercury and Bono, the other one, are getting fucked up on heroin during the day, and they come back and they mix and match based off of what the other half was doing. Like they basically take it in two shifts. And then they were doing so much fucking heroin that the French police enlisted the actor who played in the original Pink Panther to show up and arrest them at the mansion. They figured out this whole fucking heroin drug network through all of France because the fucking heroin guy in France was coming to the Bon Jovi mansion so much. All right? So they're on the hook for that, so they fucking flee to goddamn Fiji. They flee to Fiji out in the Jamaican islands, and they're basically doing the same thing there. They were like modern day fucking pirates if modern day were the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Just a little story I heard the other day.
Damn, dude, that's some gangsta, man. I did not know Bon Jovi was that cool.
Yeah, dude. Lenny Kravitz knew how to run an outfit.
Bon Jovi actually, you know, Bon Jovi's big hit is Brown Sugar, and most people don't know is that wasn't the original lyrics of that song. Originally, he was saying black pussy during the chorus, and they had to be like, all right, tone that shit the fuck down, dog. Like, you can't say black pussy on the radio.
What kind of things do you build out of Norwegian wood? Oh, we don't know, do we? Was that fucking... I think it's either a Ringo or George Harrison quote where they're fucking getting interviewed about Norwegian wood, and it's like, some people think it's about lesbianism and orgies. How do you... what kind of things do you think about that kind of interpretation of your music? And he goes like, oh, well, I think it's a right tragedy that because we were just trying to write music about lesbians and orgies.
Yo, dude, that's kind of why I love that Beatles documentary, man, that Peter Jackson did about the Get Back sessions. Because, like, I'm watching the thing and I'm like, bro, the Beatles would have had a fucking killer podcast, dude. I would have loved that shit, man.
Yeah, but who could understand it?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You get their fucking stupid 70s mustaches rubbing up on the pop filters. No. You know, we actually had another drummer.
Paul, you can't do studio tape delays on a fucking podcast. Like,
Oh, it had nice bits in it.
like, it's like 20 minutes of them talking, and then it just hard stops, and you just hear Revolution, number 9, number 9, number 9.
I can't believe the Beatles invented ASMR. They were so ahead of their time.
Yeah, dude. What cool guy. Fucking British people, man.
Yeah, dude.
They're so ahead of it.
They are. Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Methane.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the pod.
What a fucking dude.
Yeah. He put fart emojis on that video on TikTok.
Oh, he responded.
Yeah,
That's
he
great.
did, dude. Yeah. We are known in the Mr. Methane camp.
Damn. You know, they say you rise to the top. Is that bread or is that farts? I think they both do it.
I think
It's
both.
cream. Cream rises to the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. I had another thing that I wanted to say at some point 10 minutes ago. It's gone, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think it was me that forgot it.
I feel you. Well, if it comes back, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hate the fact that it's like going through this cold spell again. I'm like, my body was like so prepped for, like, you know, not as many layers and warmer temperatures, and then it was just like, nah, 40 degrees, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of hitting it's symmetrical at least, because you get the summer weather for a week in the middle of fucking October.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, early spring.
That's true. Yeah, it kind of evens itself out. I can't wait, dude.
It does. Yeah. Are we talking about the weather on the podcast right now?
Fuck yeah, we are.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck
man.
yeah.
This is what you can't get at home.
No.
This is the kind of shit that
and it's weather specific to Dayton. It has
That's
nothing
right.
to do with, if you're out of, this podcast is listened to people like out of country. I have no idea what's going on in your weather. Fuck your weather.
We're trying to build a community here.
Yeah, you have to join us.
The fact that you don't understand it means you're not in the loop enough.
Yeah, dude. You're not slime gods of the week.
That's
man.
right. And you're never gonna be. If you don't know the weather in Dayton, you don't know about the inverted fucking temperature cycle that made it smell like pollution and farts for 3 fucking days. Did I tell you about that? I drove up from Cincy one night, and then once I got to the Dayton River, I was like, what is that fucking smell? Did I shit myself? I put down the windows. I could still smell it. I was like, okay, so it's the air. What? And it smelled like that for like 2 days, like the world was composting. And I finally looked it up after the 2 days, and I was like, why does Dayton smell so bad? And there were answers. And it was like something happened over Columbus, the general Columbus area, where they called it some kind of inverted temperature cycle, which means the clouds are warmer than they're supposed to be, or like the up is the temperature the down is supposed to be. So it's causing all of the fucking car waste and factory waste to just spin around below cloud cover. So it's not like compost that you're smelling, it's fucking factory runoff.
Dude, our planet's fucking done, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's so sick.
It's fighting back. It was like, no, the sky is fine. Keep your fucking shit.
Yeah. Dude, that would be so great if, like, the greenhouse, like...
That's like the neighbor that throws the dog shit over the fence.
The fucking greenhouse, like, it repairs itself and then it traps us in the... It's like you die. Fuck. And, like, like, I hope Trump is president at that point. He's, like, 150 years old, and he's just like, nah, we should nuke the greenhouse gases. And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's nuke the greenhouse gases.
We have to nuke the greenhouse gases because I hear, and this is just what I've been told, they are anti-Semitic. And I love the Jews. The Jews are some of my favorite people. You ever had a bagel in New York?
Jay.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. The Jews are a lovely, lovely people. They are running everything, which is unfortunate, but, you know.
Hey, you know what? To all our Jewish brothers and sisters, You're doing a pretty good job of running things. It ain't too bad, you know.
Yeah, honestly, dude, things were pretty good before the whole housing market thing. You guys were doing a good job. Just get it back there.
Yeah. Just, you know, invest, spend your money wisely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You know, I can't come out here screaming hodl to the blockchain or anything. You know, I'm not in that life. But, you know, you guys know what you're doing. Just, you know, don't rock the boat.
Yeah. Don't rock the boat and try to shut down black capitalism. No.
Black capitalism?
Yeah. Have you heard about that?
No, it sounds like a movie genre for fucking superiorist people.
It probably will be here soon, but black capitalism is like, it kind of comes from like that like Jay-Z kind of camp where it's like Jay-Z, like most people don't realize like Jay-Z like in the early 2000s started hanging out with like corporate CEOs. So by like 2005 he was already a businessman. He was already very much in that world. And like, I think from him and other people, I'm not going to say it's just him because I'm not a fucking expert on it, but there became this like idea that like, instead of like going like the traditional radical route with like leftist policies and stuff like that through like the black community, the idea became, nah, dude, let's just get as much money as we can and like have power that way. And on one hand, it's like, okay, I kind of get your perspective because money does buy power in this country, and it certainly does do that. But like, it is also kind of like you're kind of turning into like everything that even white people hate about this country. like I grew up in like a small town. Like, people like to make money, but they don't like that like super businessy, you know. It's the difference between the polo shirt Republican versus the mudden Republican.
Yeah,
and like
the one who's got like a fucking thick tie knot on their neck and a skinny tie knot around their fucking nuts.
And yeah, and so black capitalism kind of, I think, was a response to like radical leftism in like the 2010s and stuff like that. And it was just like, nah, let's go the opposite way. Let's own businesses, property, etc.
I think I completely support that. I think the problem with, the fucking upper echelon, the higher crust, the cream that has risen to the top, for me has always been that I am not the corrupt individual with the power. So I look at them and I go like, slave labor? I could have done that. It's a very modern art museum take. Where I'm like, ugh, why didn't I think of that?
I feel it. Like, well, and especially, you know, where we're at 2023, I've said this before and I'll say it again. It kind of feels like 1972 in the wave, if you've read like Hunter S. Thompson and like Fear and Loathing and shit. But he talks about in the book of being, it's 1972, and he's looking out this hotel window and he can see the high watermark of like radical progressivism and like all that type of shit. But he can also see where the wave came back and it's not there anymore. And that's what it feels like to me, is like, it's 2023, radical progressivism on the left did not work. All of your policies were bitten by corporate people who couldn't give a fuck about your individual communities, but will take that stuff in order to like, you know, make it seem like they care. And the fact of the matter is you had one of the largest outpourings of public support with the Occupy Wall Street movement, and the only thing you guys did was stink up a fucking park.
Yeah, I think we've definitely seen kind of a fallback in batter bowl recidivism, and it's a shame. It's also an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, and people, I think people are like, we can't scream at each other anymore, so we're going to have to work together. Like, we're going to have to, like, you know, whether if that's middle of the road policies, whether that's horse trading fucking politics, I don't know what the fucking answer is.
The person who said that first said it in all caps on Twitter.
Yeah. So, like, I just, that's my general vibe. Because, like, I mean, we talk about politics, and I love politics. I've always had a general interest in it. And, like, when I make political jokes nowadays as opposed to, like, 4 or 5 years ago, unless it's somebody that's like into politics, you can just see like I fucking don't want to talk about like I'm done. I had 5 years of people screaming at me. I like just leave me the fuck alone about it.
Oh yeah, we've been fucking beaten both ways with a stick, dude. In terms of politics, it's a goddamn nightmare. I'm glad I don't watch cable anymore. I can't imagine what the commercials look like,
dude. I honestly, I kind of wish I did have cable just so like. I'll put on one TV, I'll put on Fox News, and on another TV, I'll put on CNN, and I'll just slowly go crazy. Which one is right? They're the exact...
Fucking Ozymandias moment.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you think those videos you have of me like watching a podcast are good? You see me sleeper agent out like with 2 news sources, like
fucking yeah. I'm an insomniac sleeper agent. Always have been. Yeah, dude. It's fucking. I think the scariest aspect of having your Ozymandias wall full of screens and watching all of the news channels at once would be the point where they all sync up for half a second.
Yeah.
Where they all say, it's the media's responsibility to give unbiased and fair representation to all avenues of life and do so correctly. And then they go back to fucking screaming in different languages. That would be terrifying. That's a Stephen King story.
It is. It is. Yo, speaking of, because we're talking about it, did you see Tucker Carlson got dropped?
Yeah.
And Don Lemon too.
Did he get dropped or did he quit?
From what I read, I just kind of glanced over it. It seemed like it could have been like an amicable split ways kind of thing. Whereas like from everything I've read about Don Lemon, like CNN was just fired his ass.
I know Fox like recently lost $800 billion in a settlement to whoever Dominion, the guys who make the voting machines.
Yeah, because
they were like, we're gonna lose the fucking trial. Like they went to settlement and gave $800 billion.
Yeah, because they got really fucked because they didn't even think about it. They just started talking about how like the election was rigged and all that shit. And it's like
they subpoenaed all like the internal emails and group chats and shit. And you've got fucking Tucker Carlson going like, "Yo, can we stop bringing whoever such on because it's causing fucking stupid shit." Like she's absolutely insane. Please stop. And they were like, "That's legally that's enough proof for you guys to prove fucking malice or something." Like
fucking hell, dude.
Yeah.
You know, here's a fun thing. So Tucker's out.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what happened recently?
Another door opened.
Louis J. Gomez from Legion of Skanks went on Tucker Carlson's show.
Oh boy.
I don't want to think that that's the reason why, but wouldn't that be fucking beautiful?
Be beautiful.
Like,
I made a parallel today.
Yeah.
With someone, and they didn't know the context of it, so it didn't. They didn't have many thoughts to give. I want to run this by you.
Okay.
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Is the Matthew McConaughey of the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spiritual leader. There's a vague, ambiguous, enigmatic quality about him.
At any point, they could stop a conversation. Full stop.
Well, and like, let me flip it. All right. Matthew McConaughey in the early 2000s got in trouble for being naked in his home, playing bongos and smoking joints, and like I guess his neighbors called the cops on him.
A shame.
That does not sound like that. That doesn't sound too far of a stretch for Alex Jones to do that. He may do whiskey, but I could totally see a situation where Alex Jones is like,
naked with whiskey and a drum kit.
Yep. Doing Who covers or some shit like that. Like,
yeah.
He's like, no, I can play like Keith Moon. I'm not a fucking pussy.
He's got the backtrack playing, and he's trying to do vocal covers with the drums.
Yeah, oh, dude, what a hard ass. He's like low-key, like an accomplished musician. Yeah, you guys actually don't know this, but you know those like...
He rolls the hi-hat so fast, it's just fucking actual human speech frequencies.
Yeah, dude, you guys don't know it, but like... all of the like really impressive drumming that you would hear, like I mean, we're talking like Slipknot or like 9 Inch Nails when Josh Freese is playing for them. You guys are like, oh, those are studio drummers. That's Joey Jordison. That's Josh Freese. No, it's Alex Jones. He's been behind the kit for every single big major alt record in the last 30 years.
Why do you think he knows so much about what happens behind the curtain? He's there.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He played for Sonic Youth. It was fucking crazy.
It was. It's just noise.
Bro, can you imagine Kim Gordon, Thurston Moore, and Alex Jones in the same...
Dude, there was some line... I fucking watched Juno for the first time this year.
Yeah.
And there's a fucking line where she gets mad at Jason Bateman. And because they've been giving fucking mixtapes back and forth to each other. Very early 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
And she gets mad and they have a falling out. And she goes like, I listened to your Sonic Youth album, by the way. It sucks. It's just noise. And then fucking slams the door and walks out. And I don't know why that stuck with me so much. But it really fucking has. Whatever kind of symbolism they're going for there, it was heavy-handed, and I still didn't get it, but I can recognize that it was heavy-handed.
It's pretty accurate. I like Sonic Youth, bunch of fucking assholes, but they're like they are definitely like.
You got it. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to think of the best way. Like, they are very good at what they do. But, like, what they do is noise 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Like
Goebbels was really good at what he did.
Yeah, well, they're the same, too. But, like I a lot of, like, my influence as far as, like, and not just me, but other people, but, like they would take, like, drumsticks and they would stick them in the frets of the guitars, and then they would, like, hit the strings with another drumstick, and that would make the guitar sound like a bell.
Oh, that's better.
And then
shit.
they got fucked actually, because they had like an arsenal of like I think it was like 200 guitars, and it got stolen from them. And like, there's a guy out there, you know, I mean, maybe it's not the one person, but like the entire 80s Sonic Youth sound of them, like, they'd take like a guitar with like 4 strings and like rip all the fucking frets out of it, and then like cheaply wire one pickup so that it sounds all shitty when it comes through.
Oh shit.
One of my favorite covers that they ever did is they did a cover of Iggy Pop's I Want to Be Your Dog. And the only way I can describe it is, I don't know how they managed to do this, but it sounds like they recorded it through cell phone speakers, and it's 1981.
Oh shit.
Like, I don't know how they managed to like make the sound this big, but it fucking blows my mind.
God damn.
But they're also like, yeah, it's just very, it's so noisy, and just the worst part about it is they're fucking pricks. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Nardwuar interview with them, but it's horrid. It'll make you want to beat the shit out of him, because Nardwuar's like this cool nerdy Canadian. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And they just bully him. They just they take, like, he brings gifts.
Yeah.
He finds them like a rare like record, like a really rare record, and they just break it.
Oof.
Yeah, no, it's fucking awful, dude. Like, it low-key kind of made me that, and then shout out Bathos Country on Instagram. He's an art dealer in L.A., and he told me about how, like, he's like a guy who's been around L.A. since, like, the 80s and 90s, and he was like, yeah, no, I had to deal with them on a couple of occasions because of, like, art gallery music kind of blends and shit, and they were the worst fucking people I've ever met. He's like, they're such rude dickheads, man. Fuck those people.
God damn.
You know what? Sonic Youth.
Slime Devil of the Week.
Slime Devil of the Week, and you know, I would say you guys would do something about it, but you guys aren't getting back together. You know, Thurston got some side pussy, and they got all mad at him. Mm-hmm. And It ain't ever happening again. So you can't do anything, all right? What's Kim Gordon going to do? Beat me up with one of her solo albums that nobody listens to? You get the fuck off my dick.
This feels like UFC Twitter.
Yeah, dude. But indie rock style.
Yeah. Who's the dude? What's that fucking one tweet where a guy, I don't even remember the guy's name, but a guy tweets at him and he's like, hey, stay the fuck out of fighting. You're a way better commentator than you ever were a fighter. And the dude comes back.
Brendan Schaub?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And the dude comes back and goes like, you feel good about saying that shit? Would you come and say that to my face like a fucking man? And and the guy says, nope, you'd kick my ass. That's why I said it on Twitter. And then the guy comes back and says, fair enough. Fair enough.
That rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all right. I mean, comedy's gotten very wrestling oriented in the last like 5 years. Like, you know, we got like the alternative woke camp, and then you got like, you know, Anthony Cumia and all those and stuff like that.
Yeah, everyone has the every open micer has the joke about like, you know, wrestling's pretty gay. You get called gay for not wrestling, but you grab them dudes' butts. And you go like, oh, yeah, that was funny when I heard that other guy say it, too.
So, yeah, no, we add UFC wrestling style, but it's only to, like, indie rock bands. Cocteau Twins, I don't care how many there are of you. I'll fuck your shit up, okay? All right? Robin Guthrie, I see you. And you're going to get a knuckle sandwich right here, right now. You got one?
Yeah, Blue Man Group, I want to play Mario Party with you just to see how fast you can press the A button. I bet it's really fucking fast.
He's a little bit nicer than I am, but I mean, I'd hang out with the Blue Man Group too, but
yeah,
I'd probably try to get you guys to change to a more baller color.
They're bald as hell, dude.
Baller.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm a blood, and that's a lot of blue, so, like...
Fair enough.
Now, if you guys want to change your name to the Clue Man Group, you know what I'm saying? Replace that B, bruh. Replace that B.
You can't be all red and calling yourself the Clue Man Group. That gets confusing.
Yeah, just get rid of that B, bro. Dude, that would be so fucking funny. You guys need to stop with the Blue Man Group. As a blood, you cannot be using B's that fucking casually, bro.
I would love to see an encounter between the Blue Man Group and the Clue Man Group where they're talking shit on the street, but they can't. They just got those big ass eyes. And
dude, yeah, it's a beef between the Blue Man Group and the Clue Man Group, and they're fighting over who gets to fuck the Rockettes.
Yeah, that's what Drumline thought it was as a movie.
Yeah, well,
this is how we drum snare in the streets. Thanks, Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah, he is in that movie.
Yeah. Bro, I've got beef with that fucking movie. Hilarious beef because it's fucking terrible. The thing that happens at the beginning, the whole conceit is that like I want to get first chair or whatever the fucking term for it is on a drum line.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody goes like, "Man, he's the best drummer we got." It's true. Everybody knows he's the best, but he's got a deep, dark secret. He can't read music because he was brought up from the streets, I assume. And then there's a whole section where he makes nice with his natural rival at the end of the first act, and there's a montage training sequence where his natural rival teaches him how to read music. And you could take that, you could fucking black out the pages, and it would be the same as a fucking person, as an ESOL person learning to read English, or a person who can't read a language learn to read that, because they didn't know what fucking... The guys who wrote that were fucking screenwriters, and hopefully knew how fucking dumb it was, and they were like... And they treat it like learning a fucking language. It's not. It's fucking counting to 4 and then dividing that by 4 when you're feeling fucking crazy. Yeah. And there's not... You know that staff with all of the fucking bars on it and the notes go up and down? For snare, you don't need that. It's one line. And Nick Cannon sits there and he's like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't learn to read music? And it's like, bitch, you... You want a fucking rim shot? Make the note an X. You want a fucking snare hit? Make it solid. It's...
The only instrument that you could literally, you never would have to learn music. You just just follow the rhythms. Like, think about how many drummers you've heard.
That's how if somebody told me about Morse code and I were an alien, that's what it would look like.
Yeah.
It's fucking snare sheet music.
Yeah, dude. Like it's the only instrument that you could literally get away with just tablature your entire life, and it would never affect anything.
And they act like it's a huge fucking deal. The band director finds out and he's like, how come you didn't tell me about this? This is nonsense. He's got a real Uncle Phil thing going on. This is absolute nonsense. That you would come into here not knowing how to read the only thing that we do. And he's like, but I'm better than everyone else. And he's like, it's not about how good you are. It's about how hard you work. And they have freestyle drum duels for who gets first chair, and he gets like fucking gladiatorial combat challenged. Anyone can do that whenever, and it's really militaristic. The way that they go like, I would like to challenge such and such, and it's like, hey, we're kind of doing drills here, dude. But no, they stop and they're like, ooh, and I'm like, how long do you have to do this, man? You gotta learn your fucking dots. That's not easy. That's why we're out here 3 hours twice a week.
Oh fuck. Okay.
At least it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I was thinking about this when you were talking about that. Like, you know how like when you learn music, you have to learn like the Italian, like all the like, you know,
do re mi's and shit, or the
allegro,
mesos, yeah, the mesos and the allegros and the fucking whatevers.
Dude, what if like in Drumline, like they were trying to teach him that, but they just AAV it up? Now it's like allegro, my dude. How about instead of allegro, allego? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you stole that from the movie. There has to be a moment.
Wait, is it really?
I don't know, man, but there has to be a moment where he's talking to the fucking to the uppity band director, and he's like, gentlemen, I would like this to be a little more allegro, if you please. And he goes, allegro, what's that? You mean Allego? And he goes, son? He goes, all right, we'll do it your way, but I'm calling it Allego. And then at the end of the movie, he goes, gentlemen, I think it's time we show these gentlemen what a Lego is.
Oh my God, I nailed the bit.
Nick Cannon goes, oh, shit. Travis, take him for a walk. I'm stealing that from another meme I saw. It's like, music used to go so hard. We don't have a complete interruption of the song where the lead singer yells, Travis, take him for a stroll, and then a man goes wild on the clarinet for 8 minutes solid. I miss that.
Bro.
The last thing I can think of that had that was when Marky Mark said Donnie D, break it down.
Yeah.
He broke it.
He did.
But it was all right.
I love that I riffed. Fucking.
I don't know. I'm riffing too. I feel like that happened.
It wouldn't surprise me because that was that era where like that was like the last moment that kind of shit could slide through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's so fucking funny, dude. Speaking of like hilarious, like over the top movies that like are from that era, I really want to watch Malibu's Most Wanted again. I miss that movie. I haven't seen it in years. Have you seen it?
I don't think so. Uh-oh.
Bro, we are going to have to sit down and watch this movie. It is Jamie Kennedy playing the most character on the planet. And he's just going for it. Like, I mean, he spends the whole movie. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? It's all come up on a bang, bang, bang. Like, it is so bad, dude. We gotta watch it.
I feel like Ocean's 11 made great strides in racial, ethnic, different society kind of healing.
Yeah.
Representation in media, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I put all the words in there. It's like a Google search. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Don Cheadle, a man who I'm sure has been typecast as the Nami from the streets, just because he's black.
Yeah.
Then he showed up, put on the worst Cockney accent I've ever seen, and introduced the world to hating the British. And coming from him, that's a podium. It's like we were talking about with creating new slurs. You got to elevate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he kind of cracked the code with that one.
He really did. Don Cheadle, American hero, international hero, human hero, kind of a modern messiah.
Here's a fun one. I don't know what the timeline is. We'd have to look it up. But if he did Hotel Rwanda and then immediately followed by playing a British dude, that's hard ass, dude. That's so cool. Like, just to go, all right, I'm like a guy in like one of the worst tragedies ever. Oh, if me mate, we gone the dollar vodka. You like a little apple in the pilot. It's a fucking goddamn. Fuck the Union Jack. Sorry, I had to get that out.
We're filming fucking we're filming Goldmember and 12 Years a Slave back to back alternating days. They switch out the set.
just Cheeto looking over like,
I lost me mojo. Hey, no, we're doing Slave today. How did Mike get this part? He's all 12 years and the slave. What a genius.
Dude, man, now you got me thinking about how great it would be to do 12 Years a Slave, but only make it as a white slave movie.
It's just Mike Myers as every character.
Just him CGI the whole thing.
Get out of me fields.
Yeah, him beating the shit out of himself. Like, just Mike Myers looking at Mike Myers, just like, you are less than. You are not as good.
Tell me you're nothing. Yeah, baby.
Fuck. Cut. Bring him up, Mike. Tone it back down. All right. Yeah, baby.
He's got the horse carriage in the fucking golf cart hallway. Back and forth.
They have to reshoot a scene because he wears the like British spy teeth as a slave. He's doing the peeking. Oh God!
I'll do it for 40 acres and a mule. Fucking God. Oh my fucking God, that would be so goddamn funny.
Hey, I got an idea. So you know how we're doing the Fat Bastard and the Spy Who Shagged Me? Can we put that in the 12 Years a Slave? Michael. Oh Lord, dude, that's a fucking good ass bit, man. Fuck.
Oh, fucking God, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, that's... I got nothing left. I'm done with conversation. That's in my head
What
for
are
the
we
rest
at?
of the day.
Dude, 54 right there, bro. We couldn't have planned that better. Life of Time with Harry Slime.
Mike Myers, Slime God of the Week.
Mike Myers, Slime God of the Week. And we're out. Hey, bro. How'd you get so good at fucking?
Practiced on my biomechanics.